Oh, Thanksgiving week.
Yay! We're back on the air.
Yes,
Has it been 2 weeks?
it has been.
That is nuts.
Yes, the Jacksonville State, and you're going to turn my headsets up just a tick. The Jacksonville State Gamecocks basketball team went up to play Penn State last week.
And the result was?
They lost 76-61. I think that's right. It was close, actually.
So tell me about this fifth overtime that we were in.
Okay, so the fifth overtime was the football game this past weekend.
This is the Hey Techies show.
That is correct. The fifth overtime, it was actually an interesting game. I think let's see, what was the final score? It was 58-50 or something like that. I don't think I've got that right, though. It was
a lot.
The difference was 8 points eventually, because once you get to the second overtime or third, so I think it's the second or third overtime. I don't remember exactly which one.
I think it's once you are in the third overtime, you have to go for
you
two.
have to go for two.
Yeah.
So they got to their end, their frame of the fifth overtime, and threw an interception.
Oh man.
And that ended the game. But yeah, they did a great job, and I'm glad you bring that up, Bruce, because you moved me right into what I wanted to bring up on the show.
You're welcome.
Is a programming note on Saturday here at Jacksonville State University. We will be hosting football championship Saturday. One of the games will be here, the opening weekend of the playoffs here for the FCS. The road to Frisco.
Do you think we'll make it?
I don't know, but we're going to be playing East Tennessee State. We host them November 24th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Sorry. Guru always corrects me.
That's right. Central Standard.
Whatever. Central Time.
We're on Standard Time now. We're not on Daylight Savings.
6:30.
6:30 local.
Can we just stay at this time?
I want Daylight Saving Time all year.
That's spring forward, though.
But you say that way all year, though. You wouldn't flip-flop. You just stay on Daylight Saving Time to where it would get like this time of year, be getting dark like at
here's the thing.
5:30, not 4:30.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't have a problem with that as long as the entire state did it. But I do not. I would not.
Yes.
A county to county thing, that would stink.
It had to be a whole state.
Oh, my gosh. That would be awful. I think there's some places in the state that isn't like that.
Can we all just go by UTC?
I think there is.
Here?
Yeah, I think so. There's at least one county. I thought I understood or something.
No.
Yeah, I think there is somewhere in Georgia, maybe.
Now I know in Arizona.
I was thinking there was
the whole state of Arizona. They
does not recognize daylight savings time.
However, they flip flop between the time zones. Basically.
However,
I could be
within the state, the Navajo Nation does, and within the Navajo Nation, there is another nation that does not.
Well, Michael, I think you're right. According to a quick Google search,
write it down, baby.
We have a county in Alabama.
No, it's not a county.
Oh, but you didn't say Alabama. You said
some
Georgia.
point in this is from AL.com. At some point
in history.
Some point in history, 4 Alabama cities unofficially agreed to use Eastern Time Zone.
Okay, that was it.
Phoenix City, Valley, Lynette, and Smith Station.
Okay, so I was close. I was in the neighborhood.
I don't know if they currently do.
They don't know if they currently do. Okay.
Not officially, but I'll tell you a lot of the workers that work on that.
It's going to be those that are close to the
Eastern.
line.
Yeah.
And plus, if you live there and you work in Georgia, I mean, your clock is on Eastern.
Yeah.
By the way, the ticket office started selling tickets today, November 19th.
Just wanted to sold out in 10 seconds.
And I will say
plenty
that,
of tickets.
and this also with that, students have to have a ticket as well, but they can go through the ticket system.
Yeah.
They can log in with their MyJSU account
and get their ticket.
Get a ticket at no cost.
Okay.
But they
just have to have
a ticket. They have to have a ticket.
There's not going to be a student entry gate like a normal home game where they just show their ID and get in. They have to have a ticket on their person, but they can get one. They just need to log in.
Yeah.
I think they go through MyJSU and there's like a link, university tickets. They can go.
Yeah, this is what this is. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm glad to know that because I occasionally have people ask me, and I know the first game of the season, I was like, I'm pretty sure you have to have a ticket now.
But the our regular home games, they don't have to have a ticket. They just go there's one gate that the students use, show their university ID, and they're let in. Yeah. But with this being a playoff, it's kind of like high school playoff football.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have a ticket.
Yep.
because it's not controlled by the university; it's controlled by NCAA.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, this is the Hey Techies show,
That's right.
And we're so glad to have you here with us tonight on this Thanksgiving week 2018.
I love Thanksgiving,
and me
it's
too.
my favorite.
Oh,
holiday.
Phoenix City is in Eastern Time.
Oh wow! So
according to this website, so apparently they're still observing Eastern Time.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Guru with
the I think
so. Guru is
proving, their standard time zone is Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so Guru is proving me correct. I'm correct, but not exactly.
But Phoenix
correct.
City about to throw a rock at me in Georgia from Phoenix City.
Yeah, I know, and that's probably why. They probably have more people that deal with being over in Georgia than So that could be just a area type decision, which I totally understand.
Yeah,
it would for the people on the line. That would be. I could see it. I could see that because I mean, if your cell phone caught a near tower in the other time zone, then it would probably bump it up anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be close if you're close on the line, right?
What are we talking about?
If you were close on the line between two states, one is eastern when you cross the line, one's in central, like Alabama Georgia line, then you might have a tendency to pick up another cell tower and your phone change all the time.
Actually, somebody that works here at the university that lives still a good ways away, but close enough, his phone changes.
Yeah. Well, I know they change, but I mean, if you lived right next,
that's what I'm saying. His will flip back and forth between Eastern and Central.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Yeah. Oh! I thought it was 10 o'clock. But it's 11 o'clock.
If you go by GPS, it's pretty good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say accurate to within 30 feet.
Okay.
Unless you're within 30 feet of the state line.
If you are not quite eating turkey yet and you want to join the Hey Techies show, it's 256-782-5600. And you can be on the Hey Techies show, and we would love to have you. Got a good bit going on. I'll be honest with you, I didn't find a ton of new information that I was really crazy about. I mean, a Guru has a link thing on there. He mentioned he has it's about, I think it's about Instagram. They're cleaning up their act on Instagram. I mean, really,
what they've done is they're just doing this.
You are fake news.
Yeah, but to me, this
they're shutting them down for fake news.
To me, this is a lot about nothing. It isn't. It's about worth 2 seconds to mention, and that's about the extent of it. They're trying to get rid of fake accounts.
Oh yeah.
And they're also going to do something, I guess. I don't know if it's prosecute's probably not the right word, but I guess what would be the right term? I guess they're trying to crack down on fake accounts, and they're going to try to keep fake accounts from happening going forward.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know. You're never going to end fake accounts. That's going to be not in a social network point of view. It's going to be very difficult. I shouldn't say never, but I think it's always going to be a part of it. Not saying you shouldn't do something about it. I just think it's going to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean it's I would say it's the nature of the beast. Right?
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. Other than that, you're not going to add anybody else to the roles. I mean, you could just stop adding people. I guess that'd be one way to.
It's like how many billions of people are there on the earth?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Let's say there's 8, but it's like we have 12 billion.
Wow. Our 12 billion. Wait a minute. That doesn't seem right.
It's for all the future.
It's future kid.
I will say this before I forget, because I know I had told you before the show, and we'll just say it and move on. We received an email from a Leslie Wilson,
who might be fake.
No, I don't think it is. But it's they were saying something about some of the stuff we did on smartwatches, and their website's called honestproductreviews.com, and we want to give some honest feedback. But they were comparing smartwatches. Whenever she said, "Look, oh, this is gonna be great," because I really want a new smartwatch, and they had the best smartwatch of this year, being a Fitbit, but it was up against like the Apple Sports Series 1 watch, the Moto 360, some watches that were really old.
Yeah, I can't quite figure that out now.
And I'm like, are we putting it just in a price range? Like,
Maybe.
But one of the cons they said of the Apple Watch was how expensive it was. So might be a good idea to update that, because I think there would be people that would really be interested in reading honest product reviews about some smartwatches. Of course, they have a ton of other products, so they're probably having to go through and keep that stuff updated. And they may be a small startup and they having to spend their own money on those products. Who knows?
I don't know.
They may have just had, okay, everybody in the office with a different watch, let's get together and review these. And nobody had a brand new one. Just a thought. But yeah, I'd like to see that updated.
They had still a 1.
Yeah, one.
Mm.
Guru's got a Series 1, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It still works A-okay.
Oh, it works fine. I mean, there's no need to replace it. I mean,
well, I agree with that.
I mean, the new one's got all the fancy like ECG and stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, I just can't justify dropping $400 on a new watch when this is working perfectly.
I've got an
fine.
old Fossil. It's 2 years
Hey, I
old.
will say,
and it was probably old when I got
with
it.
an $8 band replacement.
That's right.
I will say, I think Fossil is kind of leading the Android pack on smartwatches.
Well,
ooh.
I would agree with you, except for the fact that they didn't come out. Their latest watch
That's
didn't
true.
come out with new Qualcomm chips.
Yeah, but I would say
that bothers me.
I will say that you know, as far as I guess usability, usefulness, what's
I love
utility
Yeah.
out of them.
Yeah.
They probably have the greatest utility.
Now, however, if you buy a new one, you will get some more features, obviously. But my point is, if you're a health nut, I don't think it's the watch for you. It does not have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Now, the newer one does have some things, but the first gen, this might be the second gen.
So are you telling us you're not a health nut?
That is correct.
And that shocks the entire audience.
I know it does.
It shocks them. I'm sorry.
Well, when we come back, we'll do some more shocking. I don't know. We'll come up with something.
This episode brought to you by Ludens.
Not
They're
really.
like candy.
Hey, Techie Show. Be right back. Wow, that's loud. Okay. That was kind of loud.
What, me?
Yeah, I don't know. So here we go. That's what when
I thought that was part of the song, didn't
when
you?
Bruce used to be near me, an office over.
Man,
That's exactly what
talk about a
life.
blast from the past.
That was exactly what life was like.
Yeah.
That right there. Oh my gosh! I was so glad I didn't stay in my office much.
I went to go get propane today.
I need to do
propane.
that.
What about propane accessories?
No propane accessories. I went down to Superior in Alexandria.
Okay.
And I told them, I said, I never get a chance to get by here because by the time I could come out here, y'all were closed. So
Yeah.
I was off today and went out there and saved a lot of money by going out there to get my propane tanks refilled. Forgot where I was going with this. Oh, about with the noises. So my niece was with me and she said something about cows. And so I made a cow noise and she looked at me. She's like, how are you doing that? She said, you sound exactly like a cow. And then I was like, can you do the chicken? She's like, no. So I did chicken. She's like, you can make some of the weirdest noises that sound just like the real thing. So I'm God, what is that guy's name from
where was this going?
I don't know.
Just trying to figure that out.
I will say this. How does BlackBerry have $1.4 billion to spend?
They've been keeping it like in the couch for all these years.
I guess so.
I mean,
so they are buying Silence.
What is Silence?
How do you not know what Silence is?
I don't.
So they have probably the best, or at least the most annoying marketing group in all of just computer products, especially security products. They will let you know Silence will do it all. Not to say there's not some truth to some of their products.
According to Wikipedia, they develop antivirus programs and other kinds of computer.
They do. There
you go, Guru. I bet they make
rather than
AI-based cybersecurity company.
Yeah,
there you go. I bet they make
2012
antivirus for Mac.
They may.
There you go, Guru.
Yes, they do. But this is more enterprise-based. But it blows my mind that BlackBerry will spend $1.4 billion. And it also surprises me on a few things, really, that Silence is only values themselves at that, at least, or are willing to sell for that. And that they're not worried that it's going to die, just like BlackBerry.
Huh.
Because when you get purchased by someone, you come into their culture. They don't necessarily adopt your culture. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen to Silence.
Well,
somebody's gonna walk with a bunch of cash. That's
for some odd,
yeah, absolutely.
For some odd reason, BlackBerry is still making phones.
I cannot tell you the last time I've even seen a BlackBerry that I could purchase.
Well, I'm just telling you,
I'm really looking for it.
They got new versions.
Let's look it up.
I'm pretty sure they have a recent, at least last year.
They had to, right? Because they're using Android.
Yes. I think there was a discussion of them spinning their own version of Android.
There was.
If I remember correctly.
I guess maybe them buying Silence or looking for someone like Silence makes sense because they're wanting to have secure devices. So I guess that can kind of make sense. Right?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Secure devices. Well, we all want that.
Of course. Speaking
of secure devices, I had something happen this week that I didn't really think about until it had already happened. But Saturday, I closed my finger in a door.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was ouch. And thankfully, it didn't damage my finger. Well, it was the finger I used to open my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I bandaged it up, not thinking about it. So,
hey, can I lock your phone?
Yeah. Well, I could. I had to use a pen, which is not a big deal. So, and Bruce was reminding me, well, you could have used a different finger. You should have had a different finger set up. I said, and I should, but I'm right-handed. I always hold it in the right hand. I mean, that would be, I could do it, but it just would be, I don't know. That just, I guess it'd be no big deal, but it's just, I just never really given it much thought. Well, anyway, I did for like a whole day. I had to unlock it with a pin, which I found to be. I guess I'm bringing all that up to say this. It was I didn't notice how much I used my finger for unlocking the phone. I realized that.
Sure, you do it a lot, probably 300 times a day.
Yeah, but now I have it where it will unlock itself in certain situations. I'm not going to say those over the air, but anyway, but I wasn't in that situation either. So, oh well. Anyway, found it fascinating. Guru, how you been? I didn't get to ask.
Sorry, I'm doing well. I've gotten kind of a little distracted here. Sorry.
Well, so is Bruce.
But I will say,
I'm looking at
I've been.
BlackBerry phone.
It's been a whirlwind the last week. Like this time last week, I was down south.
Yeah.
Just South Alabama.
Sure.
He was in L.A.
No, I was in L.A., Lower Alabama, Baldwin County, to be exact. Well, not quite exact enough. So,
sure.
With my day job, I am a member of a user group, and I've been fortunate enough the last 2 years to serve as president of this group. So I was part of the team responsible for putting on a conference last week in Orange Beach, Alabama, which went very well. Everybody seemed to be very pleased with the outcome. It was just a lot of work, a lot of long hours while we were down there, and got home Saturday, midday, and crashed for the weekend. And now I'm trying to play catch up.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but yeah, it's just like I told you before, like I'm not prepared for this show at all. Like I've got a few things I found Black Friday related.
I know we gotta have a Black Friday discussion. Some things that are out there that we.
But other than that, I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to spending time with my family this week with Thanksgiving and Christmas soon after. If somebody I know will say, "Blink an eye, it'll be end of the year. Blink an eye, it'll be spring again."
Yeah, blink an eye.
Blink an eye, you'll be retired.
That would be nice.
I'm blinking.
It's going to take a lot of blinks for me. I got a lot left to go, which is fine. Earlier this week, we had been sending back text about what a lot of people have been, and I say a lot of people that are interested, have been looking at upcoming, a release, any news about foldable phones or dual screen phones.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about that.
I've got one about an iPad you can bend.
I know. I saw that. I actually watched that video, which is unusual for me watching that. That was weird.
Bend gate part. What I say? Bend gate. Reduce. How you say it?
I've got some. Hopefully, we won't forget about to cover that. By the way, upcoming, because I've got some. I got some views on that too.
I have not heard of this.
Just that whole
video. Always, you'll get my fresh opinion.
Just that whole video. It kills me. Well, anyway, foldable phones.
Not really excited about them.
Well, here's the thing.
Is it kind of like when curve monitors were brand new? I'm just asking.
I'm not really sure if it's that.
I'm just asking.
No, I think there may be some functionality to it. I'm not sure anybody's figured out what it is.
Think about it,
novelty.
When curved televisions, curved monitors first came out, there was a novelty to them. Like, oh, this is neat. But it's kind of like, similar.
We have a mutual friend, a work friend, me and you, that we know. I'll tell you in a minute. He's tall and he likes to run. Anyway, anyway, he said that he actually is interested in this particular foldable phone because it would be a tablet as well. When you open it up, it would be almost big enough to be considered a tablet.
It's 2 screens though.
No, it's bendable.
Oh, so it has no
there's no seam.
There's no
supposedly
bezel.
Not the Samsung one, not the Samsung F. Supposedly, the screen is bendable. It's really bend gate, but it's not.
But it can do
the Galaxy F.
But it's actually a feature.
Yes,
a true feature, not a bug feature.
Now the problem I have is the asking price has been assumed at $1,700.
Ooh, I don't know. I would think, when Samsung came out with the it was the Note Edge, right? That
Mhm.
just that one side was curved a little bit around.
Yes.
And they added some gimmicky features.
Correct. Right.
But I understood like that's their R&D. It's we're researching this, we're developing it to get that curve.
Right.
Then they did it edge to edge.
Correct.
At least 2 edges.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
edge to edge to edge to edge. But if they could get rid of at least these edges,
Yeah.
the edge to edge that they curved, and just go ahead and curve it all the way around,
Yeah, but
I could see that being useful. And get rid of, like we were talking about that dual-sided screen.
that dual-sided screen,
They would get rid of
one camera.
your front-facing camera, because when you want to take a selfie, you just turn it around and you have a screen there, and you're getting to use a better camera.
Now that does make sense. That's one of the few.
Now that's the other phone, and dang it, I had that and I forgot which one that was.
I can't remember what it is either. But that, even though that's so simple, like a lot of innovation can be done from that. The folding it out, a lot of things are going to get broke. It's going to be awkward. I just don't, unless they can fold it up into a package that I can fold it out to where it's big. It just seems like that's going to stack up and just be awkward. It's going to be like having a tri-fold billfold with 40 credit cards.
It's going to fold on itself, so there's technically be a screen on both sides. It seems weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how. And there are going to be some people that just have to have it, obviously. To have,
sure.
I'm sure Leo Laporte will have 12 of them.
Of course.
And the day they come out, and maybe even before that. And
yeah. He'll go buy,
which is fine.
He'll go buy them just because he has the money. He's like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of them.
I don't care. I'm not.
I
didn't bring that up.
I don't either.
I don't bring that up for that reason. I'm just pointing out that there'll be some people that have them.
Yeah.
Because they just want them.
Have to have them.
Right. And that's fine. But I guess it goes back to the same thing that I almost want to say, well, is it gimmicky? What's the point? Is this the ground?
Well,
is it groundbreaking?
I will say it'll be first generation. So we may not see the value or the utility in it yet.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't see the value and the utility of my smartwatch before I got one.
Even though we told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. But
you had to experience it.
Right.
But I think, so when
it almost goes back to when smartphones started having these larger screens. We used to call them phablets.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, for most people, there's a few people I know that do not like these larger phones. They, by golly, I'm gonna have the smallest screen I can get.
Yeah.
But for the majority of us, I think we've all kind of shifted towards these larger screens. I mean, look at the 3 phones in front of us.
Yeah,
they all have. These are large. These are what we would have called phablets a couple years ago.
Sure. But I will say this. I think so when the original iPhone came out, everyone was yearning for that. That is what they knew. That's what they wanted. And I'm not saying because it was an Apple product. I'm saying the product, what it was, because everybody, before that phone, I had a Windows smartphone. Basically, I could surf the internet with it. It had wireless built in. It had a stylus. It had a full keyboard. It was clunky and stupid.
But you had it.
But I had it.
Well, I know somebody else I worked with back before smartphones were very prevalent. They had a Windows mobile. I guess they called it back then.
And I mean,
it wasn't a smartphone, but it was.
I could get email on it. They had some applications that could run. But it wasn't it wasn't the full color experience and the integration that Apple did. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of phones that did pieces of each of the things that the first iPhone did. It's what everybody was working towards, but everybody knew that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
And since then we've flattened them out. We've gotten them bigger. We've gotten them crisper, cleaner. And I know like everybody wants that smartphone that can turn into a tablet that you can just stretch out the screen, but the original footprint, you still want the same. And with these foldable phones, what I'm saying is we're going back to a bigger footprint.
but
before you can even stretch it out.
But when you, like you said, when you're carrying it with you,
it's gonna be awkward.
Well, at first, but I think you may be onto something here. This is the new trend, possibly.
Maybe, I don't know.
I want my tablet, but I want it in my pocket. You can't stick an iPad in your pocket, obviously. But if you can bend the screen and it takes up less space in your pocket, yeah, this first generation is going to be very thick and bulky.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're going to have
over
to thin
time,
it way down.
But over time, Bruce, they will.
Maybe
if this takes off, it'll get better and better and thinner and thinner. It'll be the thinnest. What will call this thing? It's not a phablet. It's not a tablet. It's a what would you call this thing?
Foldable phone.
We got something cool sounding, like phablet's cool.
Well,
foldable phone. That's like so.
The other one that we were looking at earlier this week was the ZTE Nubia.
That's it.
NUBIA. And now there's another ZTE, the Axon M, is a dual screen phone. It says it gives you almost a tablet size screen when unfolded. The Yoda 3, full color screen.
Yoga was already taken.
Yoga was already taken.
But they're both Chinese national corporations. Can't they just borrow?
Okay,
so the borrow from us.
The Yoda 3, which I haven't read much about, it has a full color screen and an energy efficient e-ink display on the back for
e-ink
for ebooks.
That's kind of a weird combination.
Well, I mean,
save money,
I guess.
Hey, I wonder if the Moto mods had something to do with things going in this direction in a way. You know, that Moto phone where you can have the different mods to put on the back?
Yes.
I mean, I know other people were looking into this, but it's similar to that, except
the modular phone. I remember that. They're like, why give them that option? Just put screens everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think in some areas,
I think these folks that are making these bendable screens are onto something here. It's going to take time, but eventually
it's going to take time.
Eventually, it's going to be as prevalent as the phablets are today. Just wait and see. I'm making a prediction right here.
We'll see.
5 years.
It depends on the execution, because if
it
they
does,
mess it up,
there's a lot of
drop it.
There's a lot of question marks, a lot of ifs, ands, buts. Will it work? Will people buy it? Because if people just say, "Well, this is stupid, I'm not buying it," well, that would be the end of it.
Yeah, they'll say, "See, we tried this and it failed."
Yeah, but if you see, the one thing you'll tell if it's actually arrived is when Apple does it.
Yep.
I mean, you laugh, Michael. You laugh, but
they're great at copying.
Well, I didn't say
they're
that.
Great at being 2 or 3 generations late.
They wait till
it's perfected.
I'm going to go on a limb and say they will not have a foldable phone.
You don't think they will?
No.
Well, not next year. No,
I don't believe they'll ever have one.
Not in 5 years.
Not Apple.
All right, mark this day down. We'll come back and revisit.
I don't believe they will. Well, I just think that's too gimmicky.
I'm going to have to remember that when they do come out with it. I'm going to say, Michael, you remember.
I always thought it was silly for Tim.
Hey, Techies 149 on November 19th.
I always thought it was silly for them to say a stylist is stupid or make fun of a stylist. I mean, I never, really, I thought that was silly because I figured a stylist, it made sense eventually. You might have a device big enough to need a stylist.
Well, somebody disagrees with my prediction other than you. Okay. I misread that at first. I almost said agree that one of my friends is watching or listening.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Anyway.
No, I totally, I don't think they'll have it. I think it's too gimmicky.
Nah, I used to
right now, but in 5 years, is it going to be?
I will say when I first heard about this bendable phone, I was like, what is up with this? But the thing about
foldable.
You talking about the one that Apple had a couple years ago?
No.
They've been there, done that.
See, they have tried that. I told you they decided it was too gimmicky.
It was an unintended feature. Unintended
feature.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they call that a defect.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen eventually.
Corporate spin.
That's right.
So
that's why they don't call software bugs. They call them defects.
Mikey,
sounds better.
If you have not sold the Bitcoin you invested in back when it was real low, it is now below $5,000. So if you haven't sold, go ahead and sell. Unless you bought it above 5, then wait and see if it comes back up. Because why not? You've already lost this much money. Why not lose it all? No, I think it will go back up. But I will say, I don't know if it'll go back up to like the $20,000 mark. I think a lot of people are hoarding it, and that's the reason why the value's going down. Nobody's spending.
Do you think the
I
fact
could
that
totally be wrong.
do you
with that.
think yeah, well sure. Do you think that the fact that there are so many others now
Oh yeah, that too
has something to do with part
Absolutely,
of it?
I agree because
It
there are a dime a dozen.
Oh yeah, it's there's more than you could possibly name in this show time. I mean,
Yeah.
you would have to run a list. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it.
Well, I know it's hurt Nvidia pretty bad because the cryptocurrency boom, and the mining boom is kind of over. So until they, of course, I don't know. I don't see why people don't invest in the new GPUs that they've come out with because they have a huge backstock right now of the older GPUs, which nobody's really buying anymore because they got the new ones out. But I want to say they missed their market expectation by like 30% or something. So it's really hurt Nvidia.
Now, some of a story I read said that some of the future possible restrictions on Bitcoin, government restrictions,
is
are
what
kind
getting
of
people
giving
out.
are kind of giving it a people, I guess, pulling back
I understand.
on
It's
that.
understandable.
It's an unforeseeable issue right now as to what effect that will have on it. So I did see that too. So
I definitely would not mind one of their new 2080 cards though. Would not mind it at all.
yeah, but I think I saw in late trading it had gone back up over 5,000.
Oh yeah.
But
Still, it was up at what?
Yeah, I know it's well, just the problem with anything like this, with anything is traded, you don't know when it's going to go up and when it's going to drop like a rock. That's the point of it. And
you buy on the rumor, sell on the news.
Yeah,
what they say.
Right. But if, for instance, you could have sold at 20,000.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have made a lot, but then you would have said, well,
depending upon where you bought.
Right, correct, depending on where you bought. But then you would have said, well, dang, it went up to 25 the next month. So I'm,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but it could have failed to 5.
That's why I chose to study computer science and not finance for a living. I did enough of that. No, I don't want to do that for a living.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it takes a lot of there's a lot of things and a lot of factors, and it just fascinates me watching Fox Business when they're talking about all this stuff with the markets. Like, man, there's some really smart folks.
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean,
just dedicated to their field, I guess.
They are.
Well, they are. It's
just
like we are
else.
dedicated to our field. Like
some days I'm not.
Cybersecurity expert,
ignorant tech,
no, printer expert.
Oh man,
I couldn't get it out without laughing. I'm sorry. Cybersecurity printer expert, whatever expert.
If that's my role on this show, I quit.
It's over. I didn't say this show.
In general,
you're the chief techie on this show.
No,
yes,
not no printer expert. Man,
I said chief techie. I didn't say printer expert. On
same
this show.
thing. Unfortunately, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, when the
I was seeing if there's any messages.
I could see that. Well, when we come back,
the guru.
No, don't send them to me.
We'll try to move on to something else. Hey, Techies Show. Be right back. Welcome back into the Hey Techies show.
What a friend.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who we don't have a friend in. That's Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Here we go.
man.
Knock Mark.
Well, at least 8 parliaments don't have a friend in him because they have requested for him to meet. Those countries include Argentina, Australia, Canada, Ireland, UK, Brazil, Latvia, and Singapore. All want this man to come and answer some questions. And at first he's like, no thanks. I'll pass. Y'all can meet without me.
I guess they're wanting to know where their data is.
Well, they're wanting to know more about the Republica Analytica.
Oh my goodness.
And the effects of it.
Oh, good grief.
I'm confused. You're not concerned about that?
I don't see what it controlled. I mean, I'm
well,
sorry.
They have questions in the wake of a string of data misuse and security scandals attached to his platform.
That's what they do.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
Data misuse and security scandals. I understand that is what they have become known to do.
No, that's what they
is
do
data
to
misuse and
start
security
with.
scandals. Well,
I'm sorry. We don't need
yeah.
that. There's no reason to rehash this.
Well, I'm curious to see what they're going to ask. Let's see. Maybe they put some of the questions in here. Give him time to prep. Because so far, every question he's been asked, he hasn't answered. He said, I'll have my researchers look at that. We'll get back to you, Tom. I'm not really sure what you're asking me.
Well, I'll just tell you this. From my understanding, limited understanding of the Analytica, if you did not sign up for surveys, you are not a person that is involved in this. My understanding was the data that was shared was from people who signed up for surveys.
Sure.
Well, it was.
I believe everybody's information was shared. It's Facebook. Really, there's a simple answer to all this.
Don't sign up for Facebook.
It's not needed. It's not like you have to have it.
I've got a companion story about that. No, you don't have to have it. I agree.
I don't do social media at all.
I understand. I've done it.
My life is great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you don't have to have it. Totally agree.
I don't.
No, I agree. You know, some people. There's a story out. Matter of fact, it came out
yesterday.
Friday. No, it came out Friday.
Okay.
I know it did because I heard the person on the radio cover it. Came out Friday or Thursday.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there's a study that's been put out, which I'm not surprised.
We've heard this study over and over.
Right, that it can cause depression.
Yeah. If you reduce your social media usage to 30 minutes a day, you can severely decrease your risk of depression.
Well, I think a lot of people look at it as how other people are living their lives, and they're not living their life like that. I think some of it is that.
Then get your butt off the couch and do something.
Yeah.
People are only going to put their best out there. That's the thing. Like, people have to know this, that they're not going to put, the time that they're on their couch eating a bag of chips. Man, I love chips.
That's what we need to, that's what if you need to do, you need to start putting your worst stuff out there.
Put my worst days.
Yeah. And just
say this is the new social media.
Yeah.
Honest media.
Actually, you'll be doing people a favor. Think about how much better your life is than mine.
I think that's the reason why I never.
We can do a reverse psychology.
Well, so I never watched Jersey Shore.
So I've got.
But that's the reason why people watched it.
Excuse me. So a suggestion for one of my friends that's listening: you can reduce depression by reading my Christmas tree cakes and Snapchat posts.
Snapchat post. I don't do Snapchat.
In her Christmas tree cake post, she posted something earlier about those Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. I love those things.
Probably
those are pretty good.
Oh, you're too old.
No, man, everybody got those.
Yeah, so you remember? I remember those. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just never cared for them.
Oh, man.
You know me, my non-sweet too.
That with like a cup of coffee right now would be great.
Give me spaghetti any day.
Spaghetti.
That's what we had tonight. It was good.
Oh man,
it was good too.
I'm gonna make some for my after dinner drinks.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving. You'd enjoy it. You can come over. I'm gonna make homemade eggnog.
Oh, see, I wouldn't. I don't like eggnog. No, it's fine. I mean, you can look weird at me. I'm not American apparently.
I mean, it'll have your choice of brandy or
Well, if you put
bourbon,
enough of that in there,
or-
you won't know that it's eggnog.
You're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's good.
we're
It's
also
good
going to do a
stuff.
Parisian blonde. That's really good.
What's the Parisian blonde?
It is it's rum.
Concrete.
No, I was gonna say curacao, rum, and sweetened heavy cream.
Oh, that does sound good.
Oh, well,
Sprinkle with cinnamon.
Oh, what was that
Ooh.
ingredient in there you said? It's
Oh,
that.
pectin.
Yeah, it's that. It's
Yeah.
pectin.
So we were saying
So you gotta
earlier,
put
this
pectin in
episode
there.
brought to you by Luden's, which
you don't-
apparently the active ingredient is pectin. And I was like, I know what that is.
Oh,
Like my parents used that. It was for jams and jellies, is what they used to make jams and jellies.
Yeah,
So,
and also that to add on to the Snapchat
jamming it up
post,
over here.
you don't have to have Snapchat to watch them. They transfer to Facebook.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand Snapchat either. See, you said it. I'm too old.
I understand Snapchat. I get it.
No, you would. Yeah, you're a social butterfly. You are.
Yeah.
He's on top of all social media.
Oh, yep. I'm our chief finance,
Chief
our
social
chief
media.
social media.
Oh, please.
officer.
It's so funny. If that, you know how bad we'd be at that if that was true. I mean, I'm not saying we're good
What?
at it, but we certainly wouldn't be.
We tweeted something.
Yeah. He would know what it is. He
What
just
is this Twitter?
No, Bruce. He's just got it delegated all out. It just happens.
That's right. That's what the chief does.
A good,
That
a
is a good
good, a
point.
good leader.
I've tried
just
that. I'm still doing the
surround
show
himself with
notes.
good people.
I'm also
it
the,
doesn't delegate well.
I'm also the chief show notes officer.
Yeah, that's for sure. You're the chief. Just show up and do the show. Is what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you figured that out well.
Yes.
Hot stuff.
Well, I'm.
By the way, we
curious to
don't-
see
Yeah.
what's going to come of this.
I get it.
Probably nothing.
I mean, what kind of, and speaking, golly, I didn't want to extend this, but now that you brought that up, what kind of authority would they have over a U.S. citizen? I mean, they could make him to go over there.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't, but then they could say, well, I guess within those countries, that's 170 million Facebook users, and just say, all right, well, we're cutting access to all that. But then they would probably face some.
I'm thinking they would have such a backlash. if they
Backlash, yeah, I was
blocked
like, well,
Facebook. I don't think they'll be able to do
it's
that.
like-
And it won't be about freedom of anything. It'll be more about be so many people angry in their countries.
yeah,
I just don't think that.
I could see Australia getting away with it. Even Brazil.
Yeah, it's still a
in
penal
Latvia.
colony. I mean, you know.
So is Georgia.
Oh, golly. This show is tough tonight. To break the monotony up.
Yeah, I could
Call
I
in.
could-
Well, that's
I
what
could
happens
see-
when we take a week off.
I could see Argentina and Australia getting away with this. Not Canada or Ireland or the UK.
No,
Could definitely see Brazil, possibly Latvia.
Well, yeah, I mean Brazil
and Singapore.
Brazil blocked ride sharing.
Yeah.
So what? Well, that's not a big shock there.
But with all that, there's a black market for all that, and they'll still get it if they want.
Oh,
it.
sure. I mean, there's a.
I mean, Cuba was
I mean,
cut off from the internet, and they still
Sure,
had-
VPN.
Sure.
I mean, if you get a VPN,
Yeah.
except in China.
Yep, the Great Firewall of China will
Mhm.
say, "Oh, you're using a VPN,
Yeah, that's right.
not allowed out."
It'd be interesting. I don't know. It will be interesting to see whether they can get him to go where they want to go, or even talk to him. I don't know.
I would say once he's there, though, they have full reign over him.
Yeah, but I just don't. I think you would have the smart enough lawyers to say you don't go there. Surely. Oh, and just an offshoot of this, did you see where Julian Assange has been? Actually, he's been accused, I guess, of what they were
Again,
No, I think that actually charged.
I want to say, I want to say they've charged.
I didn't
him.
mean to accuse. I said the wrong word. I meant charged. Apparently, I don't have a
I
story.
did,
on
but
it.
I haven't read it.
I didn't read it either because I was like, okay.
I
Whatever.
figured nothing's gonna come out of it. 'cause
And
he's been there
Ecuador
for
has told him
years.
they're not turning his internet back on until he stops
Oh,
with his shenanigans, basically.
start acting
And
right.
you want to
don't have
know?
your
You want to
internet.
know one of those things? I found this interesting. Did you know that Ecuador is a U.S. ally, and they consider U.S. allies? Their ally status is very important.
Yeah.
I did not realize they were such an ally. I I guess I should have known that, but it's not like I studied this or anything. But apparently, what I've read,
like for extradition stuff.
Well, what I've read, the ultimatum was you've got to stop doing your foolishness, or we're going to keep you cut off from the rest of the world via the internet, because some of his foolishness supposedly is with the United States and things he's doing here, they don't want to strain that relationship.
Oh yeah,
they don't want to get a letter from the United States.
I don't want to hear.
And I'm sure they've already
well,
have.
Well, they don't want to get a call from President Trump saying, "Listen here."
Right. Over one person is what I mean. Right or wrong, I can understand their need to sacrifice one person over their need to have a good relationship with the United States. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying.
I mean, you can't put a price tag on that ally relationship, no matter whether it's United
We're not
States
talking about killing the person.
I know,
we're talking about
the relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see if they do release him from within the Ecuadorian embassy.
I'd be curious to see what happens there. As we've said many times, we shall see. Stay tuned.
Yeah, should need to be the rumor segment, I guess.
That's right.
We'll have that coming up in our dose, by the way.
Oh, we got more too. We got Black Friday,
and Bruce is pecking with one hand on his typewriter. But yeah, you're pretty good at that, Bruce.
Got some Black Friday stuff that's already out there, and some stuff
I've
rumored.
But yes, my wife has already pointed several things out to me online, so I guess I'm going to have to get on there at 9 p.m. our time Wednesday evening.
We can go to the store and fight the crowds.
No, I'm going to do. I guess
Walmart's going to be giving away like coffee and cookies for free before their event. So
do we have? I'm sorry, I was searching something. Do we have the Black Friday deals? We can
I've got a little bit. I've got a little bit.
Gary's got some stuff.
I got a few.
I never participate, so I never really care.
Well, I've got a few things in my short list that I'm waiting to see if it is part of that. Other than that, I kind of like, well, whatever. But we'll go through a few things. I did find. There's a couple things here we can go through that would be of interest.
Sure.
For those who like to, pound the pavement. I mean, they go eat their turkey and then they go get sales.
If you're wanting to get that new MacBook, go out and get it. It's probably not any cheaper.
My friend here is texting me. I go to watch the fights. Hey,
that is so go to watch.
I go get some people chicken wings and watch some.
Why are you sitting over there? I'm waiting.
Waiting for the fight to start.
There, just waiting. Hey, Techie Show. Be right back.
Our dose.
You've listened this long, so stick around for Our Dose.
Technologic.
Welcome back into the Hey Techie Show.
Our dose.
Our dose.
At your pleasure.
That's right.
Yeah.
If anybody's listening on this
That's
on this
right.
Thanksgiving week, I know everybody's probably traveling.
Some people are.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up earlier. I can't do it with a straight face. I was going to bring up that email.
What email?
The email that I brought up in the first hour of the show. I was just going to start the show off the same. The second hour the same as the first hour.
Oh.
Before I forget.
I don't think you can repeat it word for
I want to
word.
bring up Leslie's email.
Oh, heavens. You got to repeat that again.
Have up to date information.
HonestProductReviews.com.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they would have up to date honest product reviews. So earlier, or maybe this was today. Yeah, so earlier today, which makes sense. The reason why I didn't know about this, because I'm not at work and I haven't tried to sign in. And I haven't done anything for JSU today either to find out. But anyways, so Office 365 and Azure users are locked out.
I saw that.
After a global multi-factor authentication outage.
Yeah,
but
at first they were just saying it was Azure, and then people realized, oh, this is for Office 365.
well, isn't that run on Azure? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
As you're waiting. That's why I
But now I was under the impression that this was just for folks who are forced to do dual factor.
Yes.
Okay.
If your organization, or I guess yourself,
Right.
requires multi-factor authentication, then yes, you're affected. Which I forced that on all of my accounts, and everyone should.
Yeah, it's good practice.
It shouldn't be a practice. It should just be a done deal.
Well, I mean, it's good to do. What I'm
Yes.
saying.
You should do that. If two-factor is available, I don't care if it's for your Papa John's account. You should do that. Or Jimmy John's. Let's use Jimmy John's. Different John.
On the John.
on the John.com. Oh man, I'm not gonna Google that.
Michael's save
Hey,
us.
look. I don't think I can save you. I think I'm the cause.
But that's right. But use multi-factor anywhere, even if you think, well, it's insignificant. Why
Even
should
on
I
the John.
on the John.com? Use that for your account. Period.
I mean, you never know about these automatic flushing toilets
You
now.
don't.
It's just dangerous. I need dual factor.
The bidet might work at
That's
the wrong
right.
moment.
You never know what's watching you. You never know.
But
yeah,
yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, dual factor.
But hey,
what is dual factor?
Welcome to the cloud. That's all I can say.
Yeah. No, that is a good point.
Welcome to the cloud.
The cloud was stormy.
Somebody else's computer.
I said the cloud was stormy.
Yeah, the cloud was
This cloud was stormy. I've heard that before too.
But yeah, so I mean, it's unfortunate. I guess if you didn't have access at all, even though availability is definitely part of security, at least somebody else could get to it.
Really? Yeah. So actually, in this case, no one could get to it. So it was really safe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It's a new feature, not a bug.
that's right. It's a feature.
Oh, Microsoft. I mean, they've really had a I don't know, just a stellar couple of months.
They had a stellar afternoon because I thought, well, I'm gonna have to restart this.
They finally put out their October release update in November.
Well, better late than never.
And then on top of that, realized that their update breaks some accounts based on whether or not you have shared map drives. Breaks some map drives.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I hate Microsoft. Sorry.
I like
That
I
come
like
out
their
well.
hardware though. I really like in terms of PC portable devices.
I guess.
You
It's all a
guess.
dime a dozen now. I would be just as fine if this was a MacBook sitting in front of me.
But what if it was a Dell?
Sure.
No,
I really
I'm not
don't
a fan
care
I'm not a
anymore.
fan of Dell.
Dell
portable.
makes good products.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody.
I'll give a caveat on that.
I-
This one,
what?
they can make good.
They
products.
Yes,
can.
I was about to say. I saw a Dell laptop this past week that a friend had at this conference, and I was like, "Wow, that's a nice looking laptop."
When they said it's a Dell. Dude,
It-
Dude, get
it's-
a Dell.
It
Dude,
surprised me
you're
that it was
getting
a
a Dell.
Dell. It really surprised me. It
Well,
was fairly
they
new,
set
too.
fire to the rain.
Yeah.
No,
I have had good experience with Dell computers. However, I do know that they can make a cheaper product.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they
Well,
do
you get what you pay for on anything. If you want to spend, this is a $1,300 baseline machine. It's $1,300. If you were to spend that on a Dell,
sure,
you're going to get just as good quality for $1,300.
well, let me
I
ask,
agree with
let
that.
me ask you your opinions on the Surface on the Surface line. If
All
somebody was-
crap.
He just-
Michael, let me ask you.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
I wouldn't buy one.
no, I think they are. I think
Oh, come on.
no. He said he would. Why would he?
Why
I mean,
would
I think,
He has
I think you're
one.
missing the
He has one
point
in front
here.
of him, so he don't need one.
I think you're missing the
He
point.
caught
here.
it.
I think caught it. Actually, I do agree with Guru. They are a great product. I probably don't care for the Surface as much as I would the Surface Book or the Surface laptop, because to me they're more lappable. You can put them in your lap.
Totally agree with what he says, except for the licking part.
I said lappable. You can actually have them in your lap without
That
them.
would mean to
Well, you
lick,
said- you talking
right?
about the-
Lappable?
When it'll stand,
To
the
lap up?
You knew
screen
what
will stand
you
up.
knew what I was. You knew what
Talking about
I
the-
said it on purpose. You knew
The
what I
lack of a
said.
kickstand is a
The
plus for you.
kickstand.
The kickstand is okay
Gimmicky.
for certain. It's kind of goofy for certain
It is very
purposes.
goofy.
I can understand it.
It made sense if it doesn't have a keyboard attached to it. The kickstand makes
Yeah.
sense. It's like, hey, I kind
Yeah.
of watch this movie and not hold it.
for that. That's true.
Kickstand.
Or if you're writing, you can put it at a
Sure.
certain angle or drawing. I mean,
Absolutely.
that right there, I agree.
I
with.
will say I did see a review and those kickstands. The guy was like, "This thing goes all the way back," and he even like pushed it all the way down to it. He's like, "I still get like cringe out of pushing it." He said, "But it's not going to break."
Yeah, they're very durable.
He said it pushes
I have
all the way
not
back. It can fold.
I have not seen one break yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't break. I'm saying in my workings.
Yeah, that's
I
why
I haven't seen one yet. I've seen them. I've seen other things break on.
Oh yeah,
products,
just turning them on.
well, that's a software issue.
Yeah.
that's
Well, sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. But no, I think they're a good product. That's certainly worth the money. But now here's the problem. If you want, I don't know if that's the right wording, but if you're wanting to go get a Mac,
Well, I mean, I'm not comparing this to a Mac because if you want a Mac, you're getting a MacBook.
I know.
I mean,
right? I know,
if you're-
but
if you're
in
wanting
some
a-
sense of the word, I am.
If I wanted a PC, I'm not going to buy a Mac.
But you still could. Yes,
If
I
you
know.
want a Microsoft product, you're not going to buy a Mac. They're both PCs. Let's make that perfectly clear.
But if I want a computer with Windows, I'm not going to buy a Mac.
Some people would.
Most people would not.
I agree with you. That's
What,
true.
Some people, we've seen it.
I mean, if I'm going to work successfully, now some people would claim that Windows works better on Mac hardware.
I've not seen it.
Apple would.
I'm not
say
convinced.
I'm sure they. Well, I don't know if they. Yeah, they might loosely state that, but not. For
I'm
very
not
long.
convinced though.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
If you're in a situation where you need both, then yes, you can get a MacBook and run boot camp.
Yeah, and I do have that actually on this one,
Yeah,
but I
mean,
rarely run the Windows side.
yeah, and
rarely.
I've had a Mac before with boot camp and Windows, and I rarely run the Windows. But
But I only have it for work purpose when I have to have it. It's rare, but it does happen. So I don't know. It's going.
So you're saying most of your problems are Mac related.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that is a
I'm
good
not
point.
trying to set you up for that
Yeah,
one
many of my problems are Mac related, but
because you're the Mac expert.
no, in no way, shape, or form.
You're the chief techie, printer
I wish-
expert extraordinaire.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, you asked the question about the Surface, and I'm still, I'm still trying to answer it. I do think it's a very good product, both of them. I've said that before, and stick beside it.
Yeah.
I would, as I said, I would probably prefer the more laptop design than I would the stand. But I understand both of them, and I understand the application for both of them. The question is, for me, is the Go worth it? I don't know. I just really don't know. I think it's going to be extremely depending, and I guess we always say this, on what you want to do.
Yeah.
And how much power do you really need?
But if you're just a casual user, web, basic apps,
so we go
word processing,
so we go we get it this far, and then
what about for somebody that's like
we get
12 years old?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. We get this far, and then I have a problem.
Okay.
It's the App Store.
But you can but
I know what I think I know what you're going to say. You can install regular software.
You can turn S mode off.
I'm talking about App Store to App Store. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's just no comparison.
There is no
I agree with you there. That
I mean, if for instance, listen. If you said for just regular, what did you say? Just the basic use. Okay. But see, I think of an iPad as basic use in a lot of ways. Entertainment use.
Let me go back. A 12-year-old that's in school.
Chromebook.
Well, you certainly have to consider that one too.
But besides a Chromebook, if the Chromebook's been ruled out.
No.
You laugh.
No. Wait. Just now, hold on. I'm not saying not to get one of those, and I'm not saying for that reason. I'm just saying that if you ask me, my only only problem is when it comes down to the App Store. If you don't have a hang up on that,
right?
If you're okay with that, then go with the Go or some other product like that. That's fine. But if you think that that's going to be a hang up for you, that you are seeking more apps, it may not be the product you want.
But I will say this: you're making it like the App Store is your only way to get apps on that device. That is.
No, that's not true.
That's true, but not true.
Yeah.
And what I mean by true but not true is the Windows Go and some other Windows devices now will come with Windows 10 Home. It's an S mode.
Yeah.
And it's designed for performance and security and whatnot. And basically, you can only install apps from the App Store.
Yeah.
But
unified Windows.
Yeah, but you have the option of turning off S mode. But when you turn it off, it's a one-way.
Correct.
Once you turn it off, you can't turn it back on.
Correct.
And when you turn it off, you do gain the ability of a normal Windows device to install non-App Store apps.
Yeah.
And I've purchased one for one of my nephew that is 12 years old. And I know of a friend, I've recommended it to them. And I'm gonna try the one for my nephew. I'm gonna try it with S mode. I'm gonna set up them an account.
Yeah.
Yes, it's locked down, and then we'll set up an account for their parents.
Sure.
With the password that they'll have more control.
Hopefully they don't forget.
Well, if not, I'll remember it. I'll have it. I'll have it scrolled away somewhere. But I'm the Surface Go for the price. Plus, it's $50 off right now. It just went on sale. But so for right now, $349. That's not including the keyboard or the other things. But you add in that under $500. A full Windows portable computer that's very portable, lightweight, and I mean, you can spend that much on a Chromebook.
You can.
And you can spend less than on a Chromebook as well. But I just think,
I think in the Chromebook,
I just think the Chromebook, it has its application, but I think it's very, very limited. Very. And like in the classroom, if you're doing stuff like with Google Apps and with Chrome OS and stuff, that's very structured because the teacher has got things planned out where it'll work great with Chromebooks. That's great and wonderful. I'm all about it because, like I've said before on the show, schools don't have infinite resources. They can't. All these school systems don't have the money to buy MacBooks for everybody or very expensive Windows laptops. They have to stretch the money out, and that's where the Chromebook has its place.
Right.
But I think it's not the end all be all by no means.
And some people will take a Chromebook and be just fine with it.
Yeah. I would say for what I use this for, I could probably get by with a Chromebook.
Yeah, but you haven't tried it.
That's why I said probably.
Yeah.
I probably could for 95% of what I use this for.
What's the 5% that you couldn't?
Some non App Store apps or non Chrome stuff. I mean, I've got some apps on here that I use that are not.
Oh yeah, we've talked about in using the IE tab doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, that's that situation. But you know,
That's the app's fault.
no, but for my job,
extent.
for my job, I could not use a Chromebook. I have to use full Windows.
Well, but that's
I'm talking about for personal things.
yeah, but we're really not. I don't think.
But there's
I
things.
agree.
There's things
I would not.
But there's things I do at home on my Mac that I have to have a Mac for. I use, like iMovie, different
I'll
editing tools.
I'll say this.
But not just iMovie, like Final Cut and other things like
I'll
that.
say this because we're going long in this segment.
Yeah, we are.
I'll say this. As far as a Chromebook goes, and I know we're really talking consumer here, but as far as the business side of it goes, one of the reasons why I know Jacksonville State did not really go with Chromebooks. No, I'm serious. One of the reasons why is because we are heavily in Office 365.
Yes.
It's just not.
Oh yeah,
It's not a real good fit.
Sure.
There's just a lot of reasons it's not a real good fit.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
And so it just didn't make sense.
And I know a lot of the school systems that are using Chromebooks, they're using the Google apps for education,
which is fine.
and they're in that ecosystem. And you'll have some higher education institutions that have chosen to go with Google.
Oh, they have.
It's just kind of one of those forks in the road. Do you go this way or do you go that way? So there you go.
Well, when we come back from break, we will have hopefully our rumors and our Black Friday deals that I'm sure you can
together.
I'm sure you can find out there, but you won't know our opinions. So there you go. Hey, Techies Show. Be right back.
No representation is made that the opinions of hosts here are better than those of the average tech show, but we think so.
This is an Alabama legacy moment.
The Little River Canyon National Preserve, located in Cherokee County, was created in 1992 by an act of the U.S. Congress and was dedicated as a unit of the National Park Service. The area's focal point is the Little River, which flows along Lookout Mountain and is an outdoor recreation destination. Small waterfalls, sandstone bluffs, trails, creeks, and streams draw visitors to the area.
Sponsored by the Alabama Bicentennial Commission, the ABA, and this station.
When a child plays with blocks, the skills of a future engineer, rocket scientist, contractor, and architect are developing. A child on the playground is practicing the skills of a future athlete. When a child creates art, the skills of a future illustrator, author, and artist are being discovered. In a first-class pre-K classroom, children do all these things and discover a lifetime love of learning. For more information on pre-K, go to children.alabama.gov or just Google pre-K in Alabama. Sponsored by Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
An Alabama legacy moment.
Birmingham native Erskine Hawkins was a prominent African-American trumpeter, bandleader, and composer during the big band era of the 1930s and 40s. His Erskine Hawkins Orchestra was a popular dance band in New York City, and with it he recorded the hit Tuxedo Junction, about a streetcar intersection on the Ensley-Fairfield line that was a center of nightlife for African Americans. Hawkins is a member of the Alabama Music and the Alabama Jazz Halls of Fame.
Sponsored by the Alabama Bicentennial Commission, the ABA, and this station.
Welcome back into the Hey Techies show. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving week to everyone who's listening. We appreciate it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I love Thanksgiving.
Thanks to whoever is Guru's friend interacting with us online.
Yes.
Really appreciate that. Shout out to whomever that is. And so, Guru, we have a few, I guess, what we would call rumors this time of the year. There hasn't been a lot of stuff. Well, once Apple does their thing,
it's all downhill from there.
Well, the air sort of, I don't know, gets sucked out of the room.
Right, I was about to say that, yeah. This is sort of rumor, sort of.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff's already common knowledge, but, we'll go over it because we were talking about the Surface Go last segment.
We did.
And one thing, Microsoft did start a sale on their Surface devices kind of ahead of Black Friday.
Right.
So you can save $50 on the Surface Go right now. They were started at $399, for $349 starting at. But also the Surface Laptop 2 up to $300 off. Surface Book 2 up to $50 off. You can go to Microsoft, look at this stuff.
But you also found the actual keyboard.
Yeah, I went
top cover somewhere else, right? For a little less.
Yeah, the top cover, I think in the top cover keyboard, it's the keyboard that attaches, has a trackpad, but also it's a cover of this for the screen. I think Microsoft selling for around a little over 100. And I found them on Amazon for the Surface Go. I'll get it out here in a minute. It was like $89. So it's about $20 off. So, I mean, if you shop around, you may be able to find a deal. But like the actual Surface Go device, I think Microsoft got a pretty tight control on the pricing, unfortunately. And my friend here needs a twin discount. Ha. Yeah. And when you have, when you're buying more than one, that does start adding up quickly. But
yeah, that's for sure.
I understand. But so you got that going on with Microsoft. They've got some stuff going on. If you're looking at one of those Surface devices, maybe a good time to buy it. But are one of our popular places people think of, at least locally, to shop Black Friday deals is Walmart. They like their ads been out for a couple weeks now, but like a couple things that caught my eye was a 65-inch class 4K Roku smart TV for $398. No comment from Bruce there.
No,
Nice.
I was hoping to get your attention by that.
What did you say?
65-inch 4K television, smart TV, $398.
From who?
It says don't really say the model. TCL. Yeah.
Man.
$398?
Yeah. I mean it's not, it's one of your second tier
cheap.
brands, but I mean it's not like it's a Samsung or an LG, but
Sure.
Another one, Hisense, 40-inch 1080p, $99.
I saw that. Hisense.
I mean, it's your second tier brand, but for a 40-inch
That might be
television, $100
for a kid.
Yeah,
Play
yeah,
the
exactly.
Video games on.
Yeah. So let's see what else is in here. I'm just scrolling through there. We'll put the link to this in the show notes if you haven't already seen it. But I mean, get a good sound bar for $99, 37-inch LG. Let's see what else I got. Some more TVs. A 60-inch Vizio 4K. And they used to be second tier. They're more like top tier now. $498. That's a pretty good deal for a 60-inch television. Of a brand like Vizio, it's more, you kind of know what you're getting there. And some people don't like Vizio. I kind of swear by Vizio. A Roku for $20. Blu-ray player for $49. How about that? Let's see. You can get an HP Pavilion gaming laptop. All the specs. Intel Core i5. That's not a gaming laptop. Well, maybe so. Anyway, $600.
Is it Alien?
No, it's got like the glowing keyboard.
Oh, then it's Alien.
It's an HP.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it just keeps on going and going. They've got a HP Stream notebook, $159.
Yeah, you can get some cheap HP products.
You can. And I'm not a fan of HP products. You're gonna get what you pay for there. It's an 11-inch display. But here you go. 6th generation iPad, $249.
That's about right.
Was three?
That's about right.
Says was $329. So I don't know when it was $329, but
Not originally.
They even have some security cameras. How about that? It's Night Owl HD video security camera kit for $150. Interesting.
So let's back up for a second. Mikey was going to say something about HP.
Yeah, go ahead. I got some more to talk about with Black Friday, but I want to see.
And
I don't want to read the circular to you.
The one thing that I have happened, and it's not every model, but the one thing I've noticed is I guess in a particular model that I've had to deal with is that the wireless cards are cheap and they do not stay very connected. I'm sure that's not the case in all their products, but I'm talking about the cheaper lines. But you're going to find that in cheaper line products.
Well, I mean,
some of the components are not as good.
Well, they've got to sell it to you at that lower price. They've got to figure out how to produce it for less money. I mean, it's a.
Oh yeah, I know.
They can't sell it and lose money every time.
No, I agree.
I'll say this. Back this is probably late 90s, early 2000s. The CEO of HP actually got up on stage, and you remember this
vaguely.
Jumped on their product, and it was like, it still works. This is our problem. We need to build crap, basically.
Oh,
and since then they have not built products to last. And the only laptop that they've come out with probably in the last 10 years that I would possibly buy was that Spectre laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was their top end device.
I just don't understand that either, because I think it's a terrible mindset. I don't think that's. I mean, I really don't.
I've worked on so many back when I used to do computer repairs eons ago. I could not tell you how many HP products I worked on, and it was all because it was poorly. It was engineered purposefully to break. They did laptops with the screens. Either the hinge would break because of how the plastic was on, or even the connector for the screen itself would come loose, so your screen would start to flicker, and most people were just gonna whatever.
Right.
I mean, the first time it happened to a person, I took it apart. I said, it was just, this thing was loose. They brought it back, and I was like, I just pushed it back down. It's totally fine. Nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah.
But just opening and closing the screen,
just
regular use.
Back to the engineering of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what I did to remedy their situation, but I made it to where it was semi-permanently affixed, where I added some type of glue or something.
Or hot glue or something.
No, I can't remember what
Gorilla Glue.
I was about to say
Gorilla Glue. Yeah, it was something. I can't remember what I did exactly, but it was to where it took a lot more force to remove it.
Right. Just a little dabble do you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It may have been some type of glue.
Yeah, but one thing, you could, for years, these companies have been putting out their Black Friday ads, back to Black Friday.
Yeah.
Trying to get the buzz and I'm going to do this, going here, going there. Got to strategize your evening now. It used to be evening, or it used to be morning. Now it's evening before. One thing Apple is yet to release, and they kind of keep it kind of close to their chest there, but they have sent out an email. I received it this evening. So they're planning to hold a 4-day shopping event starting on Black Friday. So they sent out an email that says Friday's just the beginning. Then above it says November 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Don't miss the Apple shopping event, November 23rd through 26th. And according to this from Mac Rumors, last year Apple held a similar shopping event that the company was offering Apple Store gift cards up to $150 with the purchase of select devices, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and Apple Watches. So there you go. We'll see what Apple does. But there are some deals on Apple devices through other retailers that have been announced. If you got one of those on your Christmas shopping list for a loved one or a friend, but like at Target, they're offering a $250 Target gift card with a purchase of an iPhone XS or XS Max on Verizon, Sprint, or AT&T with a qualified activation plan, which would require purchasing the device using a 24-month installment plan. But I mean, if you're looking to buy one, and do it in that manner, I mean, you can get a $250 gift card from Target.
Yeah, but you might have to send the phone back to have Apple fix the screen.
Well, that's true. But I mean, $250 gift card from Target, you can buy a lot of stuff with that. Target's also offering a $150 Target gift card with the purchase of an iPhone 8, 8 Plus, or 8. An iPhone 8, 8 Plus, or 8 on. Let's repeat itself. It's poorly written. An iPhone 8 or 8 Plus on Verizon, Sprint, AT&T with a qualified activation plan, which would require the 24-month installment plan. If you're not looking for an iPhone, there's going to be a $150 discount at Target for the iPad Mini 4. It'll be available for $249.99. And the 6th generation iPad, $249.99. That's the same price Walmart had it for. Series 3 Apple Watch, Target's going to sell it for $199. So if you're looking for Series 3 is not the latest and greatest. It was the iteration prior. But I mean, if you're not looking for the latest and greatest, you're just looking for an Apple Watch, that's a good price, $200.
Yeah.
That's probably if I was willing to bet, it's probably the smaller face. It may be a little more for the larger, maybe. I don't know if I can click that link. But anyway, Best Buy's got some deals too. You can save up to $250 on a 2017 MacBook Pro, the cheapest model, which was 8 gigs of RAM. Comes in $1149 instead of $1299. So if you're looking for that, they've also got $50 off Apple Watch Series 3. Excuse me. They got similar deals with iPhones. I'm sorry.
I noticed
I
noticed that apparently Amazon has Blink indoor camera systems on sale.
Oh, really? Yeah. Those are good. I do like the Blink system.
One cam system for $66.99.
That's
$33 off.
Normally it's $100. That's a good deal. You have to consider that because you can buy those just to add on to your system.
They also have a 5-cam system. It's $116 off. It's $233.99.
That's really a good price. 5 cameras.
Play the Crickets. Bruce is bored.
No. I was just wondering. We're still on rumors, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We're just all over
I want
the
to
place.
add this one. This is more of a buyer's beware, and this is actually a true rumor.
Well, I'm getting to the rumors.
Okay. Well,
I love looking at this Black Friday stuff. It fascinates me because I'm not going to go to Black Friday sale. I'm going to stay at home.
Apparently, buyer beware when buying software from Newegg. This user has experienced 2 copies of their Windows 10 being pirated keys. And even when they called in to get it fixed, they gave them keys over the phone, which were pirated.
Oh, good grief.
So the thread that this is on has been locked to make sure that they get Microsoft and Newegg an opportunity to respond. But according to other comments made by other buyers and even on Newegg, they are experiencing a lot of pirated keys. And need I remind you,
is this
that
like
Newegg sold?
Like resellers?
It's through Newegg.
This is not good for Newegg.
Well, you got to remember, a few years ago, they were bought.
Oh, I did not know that, or I forgot.
By a Chinese company.
Uh-oh.
And there you go.
One more Black Friday.
Boom goes the dynamite.
One more Black Friday deal. Lowe's is going to sell the Nest Learning Thermostat 3rd generation for $179.
Oh, it's already on sale at Walmart for like $168.
Oh, well, never mind. Shows how much I know about.
They're going to sell it for what?
$179, down from $249.
Look, if I Google Nest.
Well, I don't have the article in front of me, but
shopping.
There is a UK article about how that a lot of the sales that Amazon will have are usually found cheaper later on in the year.
Oh, yeah.
At some other time, or even sometimes before Black Friday.
I can believe it. I mean,
now I was just searching this.
It's whether or not you want. I need it now. I gotta have it now.
Right.
Or it's a gift for somebody. For
you were just
for
searching it because you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah,
before the
and
show.
I said, "Wow, there." Because I had what in the world?
I don't know what in the world.
Yeah. So Michael, you gonna go Black Friday shopping Thursday afternoon?
No. I might get. My wife was wanting to go out Friday, which would be the first time we've done that in a really long time.
Yeah.
We might do that.
Okay. Well,
We'll see.
You have to report back. I'd be
Yeah.
curious to like what's left over
Yeah.
by
Well,
Friday. Usually that's
I'm not getting out that night. I'm
not either.
not doing it.
And I work.
That's Thanksgiving, and I'm just not doing it.
Well, I used to work retail, and it was before the Black Friday stuff started on Thursday
Yes.
evening. But I remember many of Thanksgivings where I had to have Thanksgiving with my family, and then I'd have to go to sleep and take a nap because I had to work overnight,
Right.
Thursday night to get ready for the sale that start like at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Yeah, I guess all those years of that kind of burned me for wanting to do that.
I'm reading
I don't know.
from tomsguide.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I just noticed this. A Google Pixel Book Core i5, 8 gig RAM, 12 gig, I guess, memory. I'm assuming that's what it's talking about here.
Oh, go ahead.
$699.
Now say those specs one more time.
An i5.
Okay.
Google Pixel Book.
Oh, it's a Chromebook.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, I know,
not interested.
but we were talking about it earlier.
It's $700.
Yeah.
That's an expensive Chromebook. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Google has an expensive one.
You could buy a pretty decent, not base model Surface Go with the top cover for less than that. Just saying. So here's a tip from a friend about Black Friday. You go to Target, you get Starbucks and popcorn and sit back. The action comes to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tag
Wait a
along with her
minute.
one time because that's interesting.
Coffee and popcorn, is that?
Well, I mean,
Nah.
well, the caffeine keeps you awake, but then the popcorn is
Yeah,
just for the entertainment.
Yeah.
Like you're at the movies, you gotta have popcorn to kind of
Because popcorn's delicious.
of course,
But not with coffee.
Well, you get a fancy drink. You don't have to get
Look,
coffee.
Look, she gets what she wants. I don't care. I just don't think I could stomach coffee and popcorn.
Well, then just don't.
I wouldn't be listen.
Peppermint mocha hot chocolate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be watching the event. I'd be visiting the bathroom.
Oh, come on now, Michael. Where's your sense of adventure?
That would be adventurous. Target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm about to hang out with her one time with Thanksgiving, Black Friday shopping. She got to figure it out. I'm just a fuddy duddy.
New MacBook Air for $1,099, $100 off.
I guess that's the new one.
It says new MacBook
because the previous gen are like
it says new,
$999.
No, not the previous. It says it's 100. Yeah, that'd be right because it's 11.
I just want to know
$11.99.
I want to know what deal they're going to do on the new Mac Mini because I have not purchased mine
no
yet.
deals.
Well,
no deals on the new.
Then
Mac
I'm gonna
Mini.
wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was talking about that. I mean, that was the real thing. People were just in a fervor.
What
for the Mac Mini? I mean,
it's been 4 years since they updated it.
I know.
I mean,
and I can understand that, but wow. I mean, because everywhere you turn, I see at least 1 or 2 articles a day, a new story about the Mac Mini, and
it's fantastic.
Well, I think part of it is clickbait too. People are interested, so that's why the articles get written. They want people to click. So anyway, well, when we come back, we will have more Hey Techies show because we're fixing to wrap this up and get on out of Dodge
and go eat some turkey
for the Thanksgiving, and hopefully you will have some wonderful time with your family. Hey Techies show. Be right back. Welcome into the last segment of the Hey Techie Show. Hey, Bruce. Bruce is still trying to figure out this TV deal that Guru's got him.
Yeah, he's gotten. I got him interested.
Well, I'm just curious which one it is, if it's worth any count. You said it was $399, right?
Yeah, $399.
Okay, I think I found it. I'm just going to figure out which model it is.
There's the model. I'll give it to you.
Okay,
I'm looking at it
TCL
right here.
65S4.
Let's see. Hang on.
Man, my leg is going to sleep
Uh-oh.
tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, 65S4.
So what's his original?
But
It's a special buy, so like it's not regularly stocked in the store.
Yeah, but it also says that it's either that or the Sharp LC65.
I see that below it. Yeah, I'm just now seeing
and
that.
brands vary by store.
Well, it's whatever that they can get, but it's a similar. I don't know about Sharp. That kind of like. But I mean, Sharp, I guess, becomes second tier too.
Okay, so it's normally a $600 TV. So you're getting $200 off.
That's still a pretty good price for a 4K 65-inch. So everybody line up to buy them at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the contrast ratio? Mine has to be just right. I just learned
10 billion to 1.
Okay, awesome.
You're good.
There we go. We're good.
Contrast ratios are all made up.
No, it's a big thing.
Yeah, that's why they make them up.
Yeah,
There's like, oh, this is 10% or 80% better than our last one. So $1 billion to 1
Right.
contrast ratio.
a trillion.
Yeah, there should be a standard.
There is no standard. That's the standard.
Yeah, the standard is there is no
There is
standard.
no standard. Now,
Oh,
I
man.
did not know this, but this is not a big shock. I don't know U.S. rapper 2 Milli.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, it's not.
He got $2 million.
I don't know.
He with the Gucci gang.
Apparently, this rapper rapper threatens to sue Fortnite maker for stolen dance moves.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Stolen dance move?
Yes. Apparently,
Okay.
you may not know this, Guru, but
I know about Fortnite.
in
What's his dance move in Fortnite?
in the Fortnite,
Okay.
you can purchase what's called an emote.
Yeah.
Okay. And the dance, so you can introduce like a dance known as an emote, and you can purchase one of these. The players can buy the dance named Swap It in the game for around $5.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
And one of these dance moves apparently is claimed that U.S. rapper 2 Milli is his signature move, the Milli Rock.
Okay.
He claims that they've stolen that and are using it and making money off of it. I don't know. I know my kids play it, and then I tell you how in touch I am with them. I wanted my daughter to explain some of this, and she said, "I don't know. I haven't played it in like 4 weeks." I was like, "Okay." I was thinking that we were connecting and we were going to discuss something that was, was on her radar.
Old.
Yeah, Dad, that's so like 4 weeks ago. I'm just not interested now. I was like, oh, great. Dad is getting old quick. I'm just getting old quick. But yeah, so apparently, yes, I know. So apparently, Fortnite, they're stealing rappers' songs. They're just taking it for all it's worth.
Hey, it works for
Their dance. I'm sorry, their dance.
Their dance.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like
Works for American. Is it American Apparel? I don't want to get this wrong. There's somebody that steals a lot of artist designs and just throws their designs on shirts and sells them, and just they hope they don't get caught. They're like, they see it on the internet and they're like, "Ooh, look at that! Let's put it on a shirt and sell it." This is what they do.
as long as they don't do Michael Jordan's
Yeah.
image. Just got to make sure you don't do the outline of his silhouette, and you'll probably be good.
Sure.
Let's see. What else do I have in this little last stack of stuff that was interesting? Oh, this is one for Guru. We were talking about Black Friday deals. We're also talking about Amazon. Did you know that pilots working for airlines that transport packages for Amazon are not happy, and many are considering quitting, a survey found?
It's like, I think Amazon started in like I don't know if they're like
Amazon Air.
Yeah, they started an airline basically, and they're leasing out these
They
crews and equipment.
They only like They own it's Atlas Air.
Yeah, Atlas Air. They're outsourcing.
They have a subsidiary, Atlas Air Worldwide, and the Air Transport Service Group, including Atlas Air, Southern Air, and ABX.
Yeah, I know somebody works
Air.
for Atlas Air, but they don't fly for Amazon.
Well,
Air.
anyway,
but basically that's called they're like a wet lease. They're like leasing the airplanes and the crews.
A survey.
But anyway,
a survey of pilots at those carriers, conducted by the Teamsters Local 1224 Union of the Airline Professionals Association, found that 60% of respondents said they plan to leave their current airline. That seems like a dangerous thing for an airline pilot, especially if you've been there a while. You lose a lot of seniority.
Yeah, say us with seniority.
Yeah, it's not exactly like leaving your local pizza joint and going to the next one.
Yeah. Seniority. That's what it's all about when you're working for an
They
airline.
said the survey was sent out to 12. You know what the problem with this is? Let's see. Okay, here we go. I was trying to figure this out. But pilots from those airlines say they're getting fed up with pay and benefits that they say are below industry standards.
Who is this now?
It's different carriers that deliver Amazon packages, supposedly. So Amazon Air relies upon cargo airliners like Atlas Air, Southern Air, ABX Air, and to transport its packages.
Well, it's like almost where Amazon is contracting with these airlines to operate these flights for them.
But see, that's the problem. This person, but
it's not. Go ahead.
In the article, it states these pilots don't actually work for Amazon directly.
No, they work for Atlas Air, Southern Air.
I don't know what Amazon has to do with it.
Well, Amazon put out, like,
bids,
hey, give us a quote on doing this.
But that's why the company works.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an airline, don't take the deal.
Well, they took the deal and then they're not paying their pilots like the pilots said they should be paid. And
I get the dilemma.
And I'm not sure like in the industry, I know another pilot. I know a lot of pilots, fortunately, I guess, but I don't know much else other than I know them. Like I know one that works for a major cargo outfit, not Atlas Air, but another one. And I never heard him talk about pay.
One individual,
but I can't really comment on the information.
No, that's fine. One individual says he says the Atlas partnership with Amazon brought about an expansion that the airline couldn't keep up with. According to this, Amazon owns 20% stake in Atlas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Well, that's what it says. I don't know whether that's true. It's just, and is one of its more important clients.
Well, yeah, if you own 20% of something, I mean, in Amazon, one thing interesting, I saw an Amazon 18-wheeler, like, tractor trailer.
Okay.
I went down the road the other day.
Now that I've read enough of this, I figure out the beef.
What's the beef? Where's the beef?
I figured out the beef. Influence is the beef. These pilots want Amazon to influence the airlines to pay them what they feel like they should be paid.
You know what it could be, though? It could be this.
You are fake news.
No,
it could be fake news.
That really is the headline here. That should be different. They're feeling disenfranchised, and they really would like Amazon to use their Amazon big pants, pull them up, and force these airlines to pay them what they think they should be paid. That's the gist.
Because Amazon's making money hand over fist.
Right.
They are.
I mean, they are. I mean, that's a fact. But
well, anyway,
I agree though with folks should get paid. There should be equitable pay. Equitable pay. Can't get that word out, but I'm not an airline pilot, never have been, so I can't comment on what is fair pay. I know pilots that typically fly cargo usually work backside of the clock. So they're working overnight and odd hours, and that's not good. I mean, as human beings, that's not normal for us to work at night and sleep in the daytime. I've done that for years when I worked in retail, and it's not fun for me. But I just think folks should be paid fairly for the same work. And experience. Experience is part of it too. Longevity with the company, that's that type of thing. But I just hope those folks, it works out, and for everybody involved, especially me as the consumer, because I want my prime packages. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here as the consumer.
Yeah, I agree. I expect my packages to arrive when they're
our
supposed to arrive.
packages go through those airplanes more than likely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Google getting ready to drop some dough with Apple.
I saw this. Go ahead.
They're going to pay to keep Google as the default search engine on the iPhone, which, how difficult is it to change?
It can be done through probably a software update.
No, I'm saying you could change your default.
Oh, you can change it, but default means that's what it's set for.
Sure. But I'm saying, how hard would it be for you to change it?
I don't know. I've never tried.
And that's what Google's betting on.
I've never tried.
It's a $9 billion bet.
Wait a minute. Apple's paying Google?
No,
Google's paying Apple.
$9 billion to keep Google as the default search engine.
I'm wondering, though, what concessions they have to make to Apple as far as turning off tracking, maybe. I'd be curious.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know you don't know. I'd be curious to know.
There is
because there's this view that Apple is more secure and they don't share your data.
Apple is catching flack for this.
Yeah, figured it would.
But Google does about 3.5 billion queries a day.
Sure. I mean,
so if they made, let's say 3 cents of each query,
sure,
they're going to make that $9 billion back in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of
curious. How many queries a day?
3.5 billion.
Jeez. I've been, speaking of that, I've been using DuckDuckGo more.
They do about
recently.
$24 million or $24 million, 24 million queries a day.
24 million for DuckDuckGo?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
I will say my primary employer only allows a handful of search engines, and DuckDuckGo is not one of them.
Oh, okay.
And I protested that originally because I was in the development trial group, I guess, for this.
Yeah.
And I petitioned and said you should really add this one if you're gonna, because I think they allow like Google, Yahoo. Take Yahoo out.
I was fixing to say, wait a minute.
Take them out.
I'm guessing Bing.
And Bing. I think Bing was those are the three. And I was like, can we trade Yahoo for DuckDuckGo? Please. This is and this was a security person talking to a security person. And they're like, yeah, man, I agree. But this is coming. It's coming from higher up. And I was like, all right, well, let's get that higher up on the phone.
So AOL.com was not one.
AOL AOL may be one.
No, seriously,
I think it may. I think it may be. I'll have to try.
Legitimate search engine AOL. Whoever put that in the same statement?
I will have to try it. I'll have to try it when I go back to work.
I'm still trying to figure out how to change my default search engine, by the way.
It's not easy, apparently.
Oh, here it is. I found it. And yeah, I only have 4 choices: Google, Yahoo, Bing, or DuckDuckGo.
And you can't? Right. Can you add more?
No. But I tried just doing.
That's Apple.
Usually with the settings in iOS, I can go up to the search.
How much did DuckDuckGo?
I go into the search and type in like search engine is like when I look for my setting. I couldn't find it that way. I had to actually Google it, and you have to go into Safari. And
well, we've got to go, folks.
We still got 30 seconds. So you go into settings, go to Safari, and then search engines.
Over 20.
I think that's the countdown, Guru.
But I got 15 seconds to have to play the closing. I got this.
I'll pause you. Go ahead. Sorry.
I got this figured out.
Okay, sorry.
But I can use Bing, but I can't use Alta Vista.
Oh,
I don't know if that's still
Alta Vista.
It used to be a search engine. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah, defunct.
It's really easy.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
hey, you can even change it on the Edge app. By the way, the Edge browser. That thing.
Just
Well,
don't use,
look,
I
don't
just
use
use it
it.
to download
From
the
all
good
of
one.
us to all of you, have an absolutely fabulous Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving.
The Hey Techies Show is produced by The Guru and co-produced by Mike Stedham. Join us again next time for another exciting installment of The Hey Techies Show. It's going to be great, maybe.